We're back on the Agera Energy Yankees postgame show. Yankees beat the Rangers 5-3. They've taken 5 out of 6. They're now 40-17 at home, and they continue to hit home runs against the Rangers. 2 more, Stanton and Duhar. You know the highlights of the game in just a moment. Right now, time for Suzyn Waldman's Clubhouse Report. It's brought to you by the New York Lottery. Play the newest scratch-off games from the New York Lottery. Win anywhere, win anytime. Suzyn, the Yankees got a really good start. They got the outs they needed from Dellin Betances, but there was some hairy moments there between Britton and Chapman that are a little cause for concern, I would think.
Well, they're a little cause for concern, maybe not. And Britton, I think, will figure it out. I'll tell you what he said in a minute. But first, I'll tell you what Aaron Boone had said about this. First of all, he said it's not always going to be easy. We found a way in the back end of that bullpen to get it done. As for Chapman, he was really grinding it. I thought he was okay. It was better than the last time. He had better life on the fastball. It's a step in the right direction. They were a little worried in the dugout about the mound conditions and everything because he does have that knee, but he did think that it's a step in the right direction, and he thought he was okay. As for Britton, he said this is a different team. The uniqueness of the whole situation for him is hard. He is finding his way. He is really close to being being classic Britton. He's a slow roller away from a 10-pitch inning, and then he lost the strike zone a little bit. We have to get him comfortable. The stuff is there, and that's going to go into right what I'm going to tell you what Zach Britton just said. He said, it's just me commanding my sinker. This is all self-inflicted. I am not able to do it right now. This is about as frustrated as I've been in my career. It's not the stuff. It's very frustrating. It is a mental block maybe right now. I've got to figure it out. And, it's really it's fascinating to hear a pitcher talk about, that he's doing it to himself. He got those 2 outs, and this is the last time, too. He got 2 outs very, very easily, and then something is blocking him from doing it right now. He's got such great stuff. Does he think about the Achilles? He doesn't think he does. He thinks the strength is there, and I like that, both of that Boone saying it's the uniqueness of the situation for someone who was one thing for so many years and then comes over here and is trying to find his way. The thing that is good about this is that the stuff is obviously there, and he really was one slow little roller from having a 10-pitch inning right there and getting out of it and moving on. But he did say, if they call on me tomorrow, I am ready to go, and they will, and they're going to do that because a lot of people expect this kind of thing to happen. It is not easy to come over here and do this, particularly when you've only had a quarter of a season and are walking right into a pennant race, which he hasn't been in a while.
Lance Lynn had to work a little bit harder than maybe the line would indicate, but I like what he brought. I mean, strikeouts to end 4 of the 5 innings. I mean, he knew how to turn it up when he needed it.
Yeah, he really did. He said that what he was doing, he said he was slowing himself down a bit so that he could work more efficiently. He said, I made it nastier than I needed it to be for me, but you just keep rolling out there. Somebody asked him about Andujar, about a hitter, and he said, I remember facing him earlier in the year, and I didn't like it. But Lance Lynn, our friend Katie Sharp had a great stat on. I don't like stats a lot, but this one's cool. This is what Lance Lynn has done since he's walked into this clubhouse. 16 2/3 innings, 1 run, 22 strikeouts, 4 walks, and no home runs. You keep doing that, and he's just such a solid pro out there. He's thought he threw too many pitches, but he was able to use that fastball up and down, and he's a terrific. He and Jay Happ, terrific additions to this rotation.
Yeah, and that, listen, he's going to give the Yankees what they need, it looks like. Happ, too. They need to get a little bit more length because there's still pieces in this bullpen that, if you're relying on them every night, there's a lot of really good potential there, a lot of good pitchers there, but they haven't pitched as well as they did a year ago, and it seems like at times you're kind of playing with fire tired because you don't know which guy is on or off that night.
Well, you know what it also is if you remember last year, Chad Green, and he talked a little bit about it the other day. Last year, he came he'd come in different leverage situations, maybe throw a couple of innings. This year, it's one inning and it's everywhere. And I know that you're supposed to just get outs whenever they put you in, but guys are not used to. I'm not making excuses. I'm telling you what they're thinking and trying to do it, and you don't know who is on or off. And is there a difference when Holder would come in early in the game if the starter got in trouble to get out of an inning that could have gotten away from them, and coming in a later leverage situation? They'll figure it out. I mean, there's too much talent out there, and I think Jay Happ will go longer next time. Obviously, he's coming back from being sick. I mean, it's so, your strength is not always there. And Lance Lynn said what he did today was he threw too many pitches. He knew he threw too many pitches. He said, I made it nastier for myself than I needed to be. And, it's tough coming in. It's tough right now. And that's what Aaron Boone had said. They found a way to win, but it's tough right now. Everybody goes through it, and they're going through it right now.
And, he's trying to piece together his outfield, and you're trying to get Giancarlo Stanton off his legs to protect those hamstrings. Pretty good that he got to trot around the bases twice, once on his own home run and once on Andujar's home run. They're getting just enough big hits against the teams that they're supposed to beat in order to make the record look better, even if you don't think that they're playing their best.
Well, you can only beat who you play, and that's there's still a guy in this lineup that's going to the Hall of Fame. There are still people that are good hitters, and as when I was talking to the Ranger people before, everybody here is auditioning for their lives to stay in the major league. So they don't care if they're playing the Yankees or the Red Sox or anybody else. They're trying to show John Daniels and whomever is making these decisions that they belong in the major leagues. Every single one of these kids that is coming up. So they're going to make it hard on them. There is some talent here. There's they're major league players, not everybody, but there is some talent here, and you could see that right now it's a grind for everybody. But on the good side, Greg Bird looked like he's out of it, and Duhar just tremendous. Whatever was going on with him, just got to get Glaber going a little bit. And by the way, that outfield, no hesitation to put Neil Walker right back in right field.
And he was, made one diving effort, kind of an all-or-nothing play. Otherwise, nothing too adventurous out there for Walker. And we'll see how Aaron Hicks should be back in the lineup tomorrow, so we'll see what happens there.
Well, he's going to try and rest. There's no rest for the weary here until a week from Monday, and there's a tough stretch coming up.
It is indeed. Thank you, Suzyn.
Okay, Sweeney.
Yankees beat the Rangers by the final of 5-3. Neil Walker had one of the Yankees' big hits. Greg Bird had a couple. Brought to you by Smithtown Nissan.